everyone, welcome back to the Pigeon Coop. Rizwan is here, and so is Friday. Isn't it lovely? Crack open the cold one, boys. That was, of course, a can of Celsius. We are not sponsored, but, oh, I wouldn't give. And I would never spill any of that on myself in the opening drink. We all know that I am, of course, a well-coordinated pigeon. Would never spill any of that on myself on the very first sip. That would be ridiculous. Why would you think that? And today we are going to be reading some more Distortion Detective. But before then, Project Moon has launched the latest trailer for the Intervallo coming out next week. And so I thought we would watch it all together. Most of you have probably already watched it, but I haven't watched it, so that doesn't count. So let's go ahead and... I know, Spat, isn't it exciting? Spat, are you ready for the latest trailer? Spat, I can't hear you. Are you ready? Spat is ready. All right, let's do this, lads. Limbus Company. Film. Apparently, the residents of Butter Street had chipped in to commission all kinds of agencies like the ZY and the all right. As usual, reading is for wusses, so I'm not going to be able to read any of this. Distortion phenomenon. We'll rewind. I'll rewind and read all of these, but it goes by too quick. A sudden flash blinded my vision white, as though I had... Alright, you see what I mean? I got like 3 syllables in. Project Moon, please. New identities. Here's the meat. Ooh, S-Corp. I don't think we've seen anything of S-Corp yet.
살과 뼈가 붙어 먹으니 피가 아주 철철 흘러내리잖아요. 덕분에 저희 추노꾼들은 잡아와도 도망가고 또 도망가고.
Oh, get over here!
않는답니다. 일이 나오시죠?
I'm listening intently for like any kind of noise. I'm assuming it's poison bleed.
이 오랏줄에 묵히시길.
Poison just seems to be like the name of the game.
어차피 잡아들일 노비는 차고 넘치잖아요.
Oh, I dig the jade eye shining through the blindfold effect. That's quite nice.
이번 추세에 일일비하지 말고.
It definitely bleed. I would assume also poise. Oh, I can do time. Oh, Seer team, huh? Got them new arms. Man, Blade Lineage 2026 was not on my bingo card, but here we are. Ooh, what was that? She got like a fire gauntlet or something? What was that? I mean, if you burn, I'm happy with that. Don't get me wrong. I just wasn't expecting it. Yeah, she's got like some kind of fire gauntlet or something. Yeah, I would assume also bleed here, probably poison bleed again, but I mean, if you also inflict burn, I'm fine with that. I very much doubt she would be a triple. Oh, what was that? Are we bone claiming? She claiming bones? Okay, speaking of which, synergy. Oh yeah, we bone claiming lads. Follow up bone claim. Okay, so she has like an upgrade version when he's on the board. Oh, I love that art. That might be some of my favorite uptight art ever. That looks cool. Escort may indeed be passing through hard times. This alley was not quite so rich in form, was it, Mentor? I forget, are Blade lineage from Escort? Alright, Shadow Vested Blade Singer. I wonder what abnormality this is. Oof. Brutal. Oh, that was cool. Alright. Oh, we got Distorted Kim! What? Oh my god, we could distort Kim! Yo, so is that his abnormality ego? You know what? I wasn't gonna gamble for this. I was gonna save it for the Walpurgis. Nope. No, we're not doing that. I need this ego. I need it. I need it. Shop and take my money, Project Moon. Once again, Bamboo Head Kid getting an upgrade in 2026 was not on my bingo card, but I am not complaining. Yo! Ooh, that moonlight art, though. Death indeed. Okay, so this must be Oh, we get an announcer, too. We finally get to hear Bamboo Head Kim. Like a prey back. All right. I don't know why I bother. Why do I bother? Why do I try? Literally, why do I try every time? What are these things anyway? I don't know what to make of them. I'd say they're automatons if I didn't know better. So S-Corp is on hard times, huh? I wonder if they will also be a participant in the second Smoke War. Okay, so let's rewind here. A couple of things. Let's see here. No, actually, that's where we wanted to be. Apparently, the residents of Butter Street had shipped in to commission all kinds of agencies like the ZY and the special or the combat specialized fixer offices, but none of them could do things right, and the job got passed on to us. I see. I assume us being Limbus Company. Meanwhile, the distortion phenomenon is still occurring unchecked somewhere on the streets. Exactly. That's why we gotta find something. Anything that might count as a clue. Oh, we solving a mystery. With all this film stuff going on, I wonder if this is like related to that one camera dude Distortion that we saw, that we read about in Distortion Detective like last time. Or if that's just a coincidence. A sudden flash blinded my vision white, as though I had stared straight into a burst of searing light. Hey, that rhymes. So intense and bright that it made my head swim. Yeah, there was the same burst of flash and... With my vision blinded, the only thing I could make out was Ezra's soft murmur. Oh, Ezra's with us again, huh? Until even that came to a stop as her breathing hushed. Okay, I want to hear this again, see if, I'm very positive, I'm pretty positive this is bleed poise. But just in case I missed something.
피가 아주 철철 흘러내리잖아요. 덕분에 저희 추노꾼들은 살판났죠. 잡아와도 도망가고 또 도망가고.
Got the little scorpion rope thing.
이리 나오시죠. 노비면 노비답게, 죄인이면 죄인답게.
Scarlet Bonds, huh? Assuming that's the rope. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. I don't hear like tremor or anything like that, so I'm assuming that Hunger's over here is poison bleed, which is nice. I mean, you know, you guys know I love my full stop office, but they are quite outdated at this point, so he was in need of a bit of a poise upgrade that wasn't Heisho related.
이번 추세에 일일비하지 말고 다음에 잘 잡아보죠. 바람에 닳고 비에 씻고.
I assume you're the same poison bleed.
본위대로 맡은 바를 다할.
What are these dudes?
벨시드 부서 현장 추리팀 소속 이스마엘. 의뢰하신 바에 따라 뒤틀린 포획 시작하겠습니다.
I don't know why they remind me of Kane office.
것만이 전부였던 자들은 우두 곁을 떠났고 S사로 돌아가고자 뜻을 품었던 자들은 우두의 검에 베어.
You've seen the Blue Pride, of course.
그러니 지금 검계라는 이름을 마땅히 댈 수 있는 자는 저 하나뿐이겠네요. 저는 선배분들처럼 강하지도 않고 아씨처럼 뛰어난 직관과 지성을 가진 것도 아니라서요.
Oh yeah, time to get your bones claimed.
살아왔던 궤적대로 검을 휘둘러 배워야 할 것을 배우고
Yeah.
죽여야 할 것을 죽일 뿐이죠. 그게 사람이든 뒤틀림이든.
Bone claiming in 2026, lads.
돌아오고 있어요. 뒤틀림에서 다시 사람의 형상으로. 탈수의 방식으로는 절대 도달하지 못했을 결과일 테죠. 이제는
Oh god, that art is so good.
S사로 떠나기 전까지
I love the
제가
effect.
팀에서 무엇을 배워가면 좋을지.
I can't wait to learn about these gauntlets. Vo's Court main DB passing through hard times. I can't wait to find out why. This I was not quite so much informed, was it, Mentor? And the ego, God, I can't wait to see the upgrade that Kim is gonna get when he gets into his distortion form. I assume all of his skills become like negative coins. Chao vested blade singer, huh? So that was Kim's ego. Man, I can't believe we're gonna finally get to control distorted bamboo hat Kim. Wild. What even is this year, pigeons? Yep. Get your bones claimed, son! I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here. Get the point here. Yep. And God, they're just teasing us! It's so brutal. I want to hear Bamboo Hat Kim's voice, and you know I do, Project Moon. Damn it. Hello, gang. Like a prey backed against the cliff's edge, I am left bereft of paths. My hand hesitates with no room to place the stone. The stone? Misjudgments burgeon when contemplations herald the mind indeed. Yes, yeah, it is a trailer. Yeah, it's a trailer for the next Limbus Company interval that dropped this morning. Finally get around to watching it. Alright. Alright, so we got Faust, Yisang, Marcel, of course, our boy, Bamboo Head Kim, Angdu, and Ezra. Interesting. Okay. I guess Moses isn't gonna be around this time, but oh well. Oh, I thought this was smoke. It's just a bunch of dudes. So we're going to S Corp, huh? Wonder how that works. Not complaining, but let me load up a map of the city real quick. Hang on. Project Moon city map. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is where we're supposed to be going, N Corp. And S Corp is way down here. And I'm not entirely sure where we were. Because we were like, we were hanging out from Limbus Company headquarters. Don't really know where exactly that is. If we want to be like really speculative and generous, we would say in District 12 over here. But brief geography lesson, N Corp is up here. S Corp is down here. You're heading towards the city's dick. You're going the wrong way. So, yeah, don't know what that's about. Oh, anyway. That's that done. Very much looking forward to that. We'll see how that goes in the future. For now, we return to the Distortion Detective. Jesus. All right. We left off at the end of chapter 10, and now we're moving on to chapters 11 through 20. Buckle up, lads. When last we left off, I believe we were locked in the basement with a bunch of bodies, and that wasn't going to go well for us, obviously. So we will just have to see what's going to happen. There's a swift torrent of people that looks as though it could carry off anyone who may carelessly tread in it. We're out of options. Our only choice is to let the current take us wherever it may lead. Ezra, Uriah, I need you to trust me. Sure thing, Chief. All right. Again, I can't tell who's talking and when. Project Moon, please. I don't ask for much. I just want to know who's talking. That's it. That's all I wish. That is all I demand. It isn't really even a demand. I just want to know. Something I shouldn't have to ask for, you know? You feel me? We're jumping into this stream. Understood. What? The difference in attitude is palpable. I'm the first to step into the river. I was sucked right in as soon as I immersed a foot ankle deep into the stream of flesh. As I quickly descend along the wave, I catch a glimpse of each floor. The 7th floor, where employees are crawling on all fours, viciously preying on each other. The 6th floor, where humans folded into cuboid shapes are stacked up. The 5th floor, where drowned employees are floating in the air. The 4th floor, where a number of people are offering a human sacrifice to what appears to be a statue of a person who reached nirvana. The 3rd floor, where the minds of employees are being absorbed by a dark shade. In the turbulent tide of humans tangled with one another, my consciousness slowly fades. The boundary of consciousness is collapsing. People's distortions join each other in a large flow, entering the underground floors. I'm confident that I can keep a firm grip on my sanity, but Ezra and Yuria retain themselves in this current. But can Ezra and Yuria retain themselves in this current just the same? My worries soon erode into fragments that drift along the stream. Reminiscences of the past swell up in my mind. Memories of my past missions. Companions I couldn't protect. My incompetence that drove them to their demise. It's as if all my regret and longing is being stirred up. The emotions become one with the flood and float away. In this rush, I desperately hold on to Ezra and Yuria's hands. How far have I gone down? How much time has passed? When I came back to my senses, no one was around me. Where did all the people go? What about Ezra and Yuria? My head is pounding. You must be awake now. A nostalgic yet despicable voice reaches my ear. If you're hearing this, that most likely means you're at the 15th basement floor of Taeyong Produce Co. You always love to play silly games like this. You must have a lot of questions for me. That's a pre-recorded message. Now I see why Han Hee-jun visited my office recently. I've been playing into his hands all along. Oh, so I assume he's the one who's talking right now? You know, again, Project Moon, please, just let me know who's talking. Indeed, you always trusted me and did every favor I asked of you. I'm guessing you were behind the incident the incident I caused that day as well. This is not the time for that, though. We have more important questions to address. Why did I leave a message here to talk with you? What happened to your adorable assistants? How was I able to use the distortion to my advantage? I won't let your cunning words sway me anymore, you sly serpent. It's my business to take care of my partners. And I decide my own path. Sure you do. I'm just saying to give you a small heads up. All the anomalies that occurred in this company, they were set up for one reason. I wanted to let you know that I found a clue. About the distortion you're chasing after. As you've seen here, I can now harness the distortion, to an extent. Moses, doesn't this give you a glimmer of hope that you may finally repent for what you did? You know I was already about to go meet you anyway. There was no need to pull this nonsense on us. But if I didn't go to such lengths at the very minimum, your hatred toward me wouldn't have carried much weight at all, now would it? What a paltry concern. I'm carefully preserving all of my wrath just for you. Why don't you prepare a silver platter in the meantime so that I can put your head on it? You must be awake by now. If you're hearing this, that most likely means that you're at the 15th basement floor of Taeyong Produce Co. That son of a bitch. He knows how to mess with me all too well. I must focus on finding Ezra and Yuria for now. Fluorescent lamps light up the underground space. This was the 15th basement floor. It's entirely surrounded by pure white surfaces, and Ezra is standing idly in the middle of it. Ezra. I took out my smoking pipe and put it in my mouth. Then I placed my hand on my forehead. It looks like Ezra's distortion is still within my ability to solve. She seems so tiny and powerless. Standing on the opposite side of the room with her head bowed. Detective, I couldn't protect her. This is just like back then. I trusted you, Detective. Yuri was laid still at Ezra's feet, unconscious. Though, I still believe in you, actually. Yuri's red ribbon was still tied on my smoking pipe. I quietly tasted the smoke as I looked up to the ceiling. Large antlers resembling those of a stag were grown on Ezra's head. Through my eyes, Ezra has always worn a mask on her face, though I can never quite tell whether that mask was a true expression of her feelings. But this time, numerous masks are plastered all over her body. The river of distortions got her in the end. I suppose solving the distortion of my precious sidekick is one case I can work on for free of charge. I let in a violet breath. Oh yay, distortion manipulation. Isn't that lovely, pigeons? So, someone can actually utilize the distortion in some way, huh? And here I thought only Carmen could do that. Alright, here we are. Interesting. What does it mean? I guess we'll find out. Let's dance, Ezra. Ezra, a diligent child who has little faith in herself. Ezra wore a different mask every day. I can only read the expression of the mask covering her face. I don't know what her true expression beneath the mask may be, but I decided to accept what's shown on Ezra's mask as her expression. I never bothered to forcefully remove her distortion until now. This time, it's different. She's on the verge of losing herself, swept by others' distortions. Her entire body is covered in the masks of many others as proof of her perilous state. Ezra prepares a mask for each person she confronts. Ezra prepares an emotion for each mask she wears. I can only begin to fathom the storm raging in her mind. The 15th basement floor. Ezra and I are facing each other in this white room. Loud noises come from Ezra's masks. Voices of laughter, crying, anger, anxiety, melancholy, distrust, disgust, and joy fill the chamber. I coiled my violet rip around my hand. Let's dance, Ezra. I lashed out at Ezra, my first target, a laughing yellow mask on her right leg. A voice rings in my head when I grapple the mask with my whip. What's your favorite kind of sandwich, Moses? Mine would be mustard. Then, mustard is my favorite too. I pull the whip to tear off the yellow mask from her body. It makes me feel nauseous. Ezra lets out a scream. Please, bear with it for just a bit. The red mask on Ezra's left shoulder gives out a screech. Ezra grabs the whip and pulls me towards her. I release the tension in my body. In a moment's notice, I'm sent flying in her direction. I'll kill them all! I'll break everyone who's got to die! Ezra swings her fist at me as I'm being dragged toward her in the air. Using the momentum of the pull, I manage to propel my body away from her fist path. I wrap the whip around Ezra's body and jump onto her shoulders. Then I grab the red mask with my hand and tear it off. Use violence only when it's necessary. Shrieking, the red mask is ripped out and thrown to the ground. My hand turned red from the searing heat of the mask. I feel a sore... Ezra struggled hard, crushing me onto the floor in the process. I feel a sore pain. A bone, or 10, must have gotten a crack. It cost a fortune to get my back fixed. Bruh, same. Moses just like me for real, though. I confronted Ezra's mask and tore them off one by one. With every mask I removed from her, a burst of Ezra's emotions came forth. An ice-cold mask. A mask that eats away his mind. A mask with rusted nails hammered into it. These are not your true emotions. They're facades. Facades that you want other people to see of you. I was scalded, bled from splinters, got frostbite, and threw up from sickness. Only one mask remained. It's sadness. The absolute last mask of Ezra's that I wanted to face. I couldn't save them! At time I couldn't protect them all! I'm so sad! The blue mask embedded in the center of Ezra's chest is crying, tears falling from its eyes. No, dear. That sadness isn't yours. The emotion was forced upon you by others. If you aren't feeling sad, there's no need to make yourself feel sad, no matter how others look at you. But I'm really feeling sad, though. You aren't sad because you couldn't save everyone that day. It was an excruciating task to bring myself to speak for the next part, but I continued on nonetheless. You're sad that I'm bearing the regret for what happened. The mask opened its mouth and began wailing loudly. My head felt like it was on the verge of bursting from hearing its cry. An unstoppable stream of tears started falling from my eyes. Kashada. The mask broke apart. Several shards were stuck in my chest. The wounds bled tears instead of blood. That's probably not good. You should probably get that checked out. You know, just gonna throw that out there. Kinda, sorta, you know. Just saying. Might be a good idea, you know, maybe? Just me? Okay. You know, you do you. Ezra was back to her usual self. She knelt down, staring into the floor. I slowly walked over to her. It's all over now, dear. And gently caressed her head. Detective, I'm sorry. Ezra whimpered. Alright, well, the next issue at hand is Yuria. She seems to be in a perilous condition as well. Although she doesn't seem to have been afflicted with the torn distortions, judging from the state of her body. I placed my hand on my forehead and whiffed my pipe. There's little I know about Yuria as a person. This child and I have one thing in common, however. I did not see any distortion from Yuria. Yuria was lying on the floor with her eyes closed. I opened her eyelid to check if the pupil responds. This isn't an ordinary coma. Her self has been detached. I've seen this kind of condition before. The body is alive, but the mind is dead. Thankfully, her brain is still functional, so there's still a chance. Ezra! Bring me a scalpel, sterilized. I need one that can cut through bone. Roger! You're gonna perform the operation I'm thinking of, right? I'll take out the stasis preservation cube in that case. Yes, we're extracting her brain. Oh, God. Oh. Did we brain extracting? Is that... I mean, I get it, don't get me wrong, but I mean... I don't know. It's like... I like that we're just jumping to it. Just like, you know, just distract her brain is fine. Are you guys insane? A small noise tickles my ears. It's Yuria's voice. Over here! I'm here! Detective! The teddy's moving! The teddy bear strapped to Yuria's waist was wiggling its body. Ladies, could you please keep my brain inside my head and release me from that belt while you're at it? Okie dokie. What's that? What is it? My goodness, what is it? What is the matter? What is it? My goodness. Is Papa allowed to do the thing? Am I allowed to read? I'm busy right now. What have we gotten ourselves into this time? It appears that Yuria's consciousness has carried over to that doll somehow. I fixed my sight upon the small plush, dusting itself down as I smoked from the pipe. I've never experienced this kind of stuff before. Although, I do have a guess. The teddy bear crossed its arms. Ezra looked flustered by the sight. This teddy bear is the same type of object as your pipe. In other words, it belongs to me and me alone. You can tell this much, right? Which means that it's something that responds to your emotions. That's right. When I was being swept away by that gross tide, I felt like the thoughts of other people were invading my head. I wanted to run from those thoughts by any means. That's when my teddy surrounded me and kept me safe. In summary, an act of bizarre force transferred your mind and from your body into that teddy bear. That looks to be the case. After all, these tools of ours resonate with our emotions. So, do you know how to come back? Nope! You're admitting it quite boldly. Isn't this exciting, rather? We're opening a new horizon! This phenomenon is worth analyzing further. We'll have a lot to talk about when we head back. As she says, there's only much to discuss with each other now. If we can get safely back, that is. Ezra, carry Uria's body. Putting a person in a dimensional bag could have unforeseen consequences. Got it! Ezra lifted Uria's lifeless body and took it under her arm. Please handle it carefully, Sombe. Yep. Uria, would you like to get inside a pocket? Please put me on your shoulder, Detective Moses. I want to see the same scenery as you do. I put my hand to my forehead with my pipe. Who could have known that I'd be doing something like this in my life? I bent down to pick up the teddy bear and placed it on my left shoulder. Oh my gosh, Detective! That looks so good on you! Ezra hopped in excitement. That won't help heal her wounds. Since both of you are safe and sound now, albeit in different shapes, let's figure out how to escape this underground warehouse. Got it! Understood. It'll take some time to get used to someone speaking right in my ear. Knowing where the river of Distortion disappeared to would provide a crucial clue for the way out. There's no exit or drain to be found in this white room. I carefully felt around the wall and knocked on it. The wall seems to be made with a material that feels like glass panes used in laboratories. Figures. Hey! I know you're watching us from behind that wall, pal. I believe it's time you explain what's going on here. I hear someone clapping. Detective! Behind you! Ezra shouted. The wall turns translucent, revealing a dark silhouette standing behind it. Excellent, Moses. You managed to reach this place in one piece, and you ultimately drove us into this corner. You are a capable person, I will admit. You even saved your colleagues and kept yourself alive on top of that. Thanks to you, our company has effectively gone bankrupt. What is a produce company in the backstreets doing, meddling with creatures? Was it a secret weapon supplier in disguise? It's a humble company with dreams, that's all. Taeyong Produce Co. was an ambitious firm that aimed to become a wing. It's true that there's a vacant spot in the ranks of wings ever since L Corp in the South fell. That's still a huge dream to have, I must say, Yuria pointed out. One should dream big, as they say. Through a remarkably difficult and taxing process, we acquired a lead on Lobotomy Corp's singularity. Oh no. After paying a great price about enkephalin, the so-called eco-friendly energy. Okay, whew. I thought they had some kind of lead on Cogito. I was like, oh boy. Whatever happened to the Cogito that Lobotomy Corp had? Anyone knows, do let me know. I didn't even think about that until literally just now. Enkephalin. Distortion and energy. A combination I couldn't have possibly imagined. And they mentioned Lobotomy Corporation, a former wing, out of the blue. What is this person talking about? I'm sure you have many things you'd like to know. Now, let me do you a favor and answer one question of yours, whatever it may be. It's the prize for making it here alive, and the reward for leading our company to ruin. My head is pounding, my body about to crumble, my broken ribs ache, my burnt hand stings, my left cheek is freezing, the blood is leaking from my chest is losing warmth. So many things happened to us today. Ezra stands next to me, carrying Uria's body. She seemed to be barely holding on to her consciousness. She's bled so badly that a puddle of blood was forming beneath her feet. Usually I would have asked who they are, where they brought that odd box from, and what exactly happened in this company. However, I don't have any more time for I don't have time for any more of your horse shit and conspiracies. All we want is to leave this place and rest. I'm not interested in anything else right now. Are you sure you're going to be okay with that? Opportunities like this won't come often. I am. I answered as I puffed smoke from my pipe. That's a shame, but if you insist. Zing! The walls of the White Room split apart to reveal an elevator. You can use the lift back there. There's no tricks or traps placed there to harm you, so fret not. If killing you all was our goal, you would have been dead meat far before you could get here. I can't be bothered to tell if they're speaking the truth. Let's go, Ezra. Yes, Chief! We took the elevator. This hellish day is coming to an end at last. I want to get back to my home immediately, get treated, and lie down. I'm sure Ezra shares my sentiment, and I have many things to discuss with Yuria. I imagine there'll be a ton of things to clear up once we head back. The elevator doors are closing. A silhouetted person mutters in the back. I've lost. Are they talking to themselves? Who is that person talking to? Dios. As soon as I heard that word, my eyes opened wide. Blood and rage rushed to my head. I must ask that bastard what they meant when they spoke that word. The doors aren't completely shut yet. My body acts before rationality can have a say. I sprang for them. Detective Moses, what's wrong? Yuria jumped down from my shoulder. Right as Yuria landed on the floor, Ezra stood in my way and harshly blocked me as if she was preparing for this, and she struck me on the back of my neck. Sorry, Detective. We've got to live first. I fainted, collapsing into Ezra's embrace. Well! Diaz, huh? I feel like I've heard that name before, somewhere. Quick sippy sip. I'm really not sure where, but that name sounds familiar. Hang on a second, I'm actually gonna look on the Limbus Company wiki real quick. Hang on a second, let's see here. Diaz. No, I don't know that person. I don't know, I'm not gonna read the wiki entry. I just looked at the photo, like, yep, don't know who you are. I ain't got a clue, so I swear I've heard that name somewhere before. Maybe somebody was just talking about it in chat or something. I don't know. It sounds super familiar. Anyway, you shouldn't have stopped me. I snapped at Ezra with my pipe in my mouth. The two of us are facing each other, sitting at the table of our office. But there was no reason to risk your life for info about that person, Detective. You'll be leaving to see her in 2 weeks anyway. Ezra yelled at me in an emotional voice, as if she were about to break into tears. No use in lamenting over a missed opportunity. My hand made its way up to my forehead as I breathed out a chain of smoke. Now, don't lose your cool over it, ladies. It's fortunate enough that we escaped that hellish company alive. As I'm wrapping bandages around my injuries, Yuria climbed down to the table to calm us. Detective Moses, your wounds have been all bandaged up. And don't forget to take this HP tablet before going to bed tonight. And Teddy Bear places a pillow in front of me. And here's yours, zombie. Yuria wailed across the table and put one in front of Ezra as well. Thanks. Ezra dropped her head. I suppose I should change the topic. Yuria, why don't you tell me what happened with your body? Okay, well, I guess it's time to talk about that. Much like a smoking pipe, this plushie doll is an object that responds to emotions. I call these instruments psychoment. Equipment that's powered by the soul, huh? That's the gist of it. I know it's silly that a workshop meister is talking about souls and spirituality when my job is all about technology. But those are the facts. After seeing you battle that monstrous giant in the underground warehouse of Taeyong Produce Co., and having myself transferred to this teddy bear cyclement, I've become sure of this. What was the ribbon that you tied to my smoking pipe? I never created flaming birds with my pipe before. That's an experimental work of mine. I tried decorating your cyclement a little. Simply put, cyclement holds more potential than any other piece of equipment that has existed up to now. Can you believe that someone can manifest personalized gear just by having a strong determination or feeling? If cyclement became more accessible to the city's denizens, it would shift the ecology of the city and its workshops. I'm focusing on enhancing the cyclement by sculpting and decorating them. One type of cyclement are tools or objects materialized from emotions that can be directly used, such as your smoking pipe. Another type is remote-controlled cyclements such as mine. And again, I've only seen 5 cyclements so far. Since I've only gotten to see a few, much of it is still a mystery to me. You mean you've seen others with it? Yes, but yours was by far the most impressive cyclement I've seen. If I'm being honest, that red cylinder you summoned in the underground warehouse? It could erase space itself. I've never seen such a powerful cyclement before. I knew I chose the right person. I gently closed my eyes and recalled the memories of that moment. You can't see what you call the distortion in me, can you, detective? I nodded in acknowledgement. According to my theory, cyclement is a distortion physically removed from a person. That's why the distortion can't be seen in people who own the cyclement, like you and me. Makes sense. It's my turn now. How did you get your hands on that smoking pipe, Detective Moses? Yuria asked, crossing her arms. Do you really wish to know? If you try to dig into me any deeper than this, you might end up entangled forever. Isn't that right, Ezra? Ezra gave a silent agreement. I swore to devote my whole life to cyclement. Oh, spot, please. Won't do that. Your whole life. Okay. I took a smoky breath. I happen to be wondering the same thing as you. Why this smoking pipe ended up in my hand. How come I know how to use this damn thing? The memories are scattered into pieces, and the emotions are a muddle. And I breathed it out. That's why I'm chasing after the distortion. We're going to leave soon to find out that truth. And I'll go on a trip that I won't ever come back from. So, you really don't know yourself. Yuria spoke in a disappointed tone. I want to know it more desperately than anyone. The cursed phenomenon in this damn pipe have made me suffer too many sacrifices. Yuria, know that I'm going to sincerely and thoroughly exploit you from this moment onward. You're more than welcome if it means I can learn more about your cyclement and the emotions that form it. Please use me to your heart's content. Yuria extended her plush arm for a handshake. I couldn't help but give a chuckle as I held the teddy bear's little hand and shook it gently. Well then, I suppose it's time to hit the proverbial hay. Tomorrow will be another day. I nudged the chair backwards and stood up. Remember to take your HP tablet, Detective Moses? I will. Ezra, are you going to stay up for a while longer? Yeah. I want to talk with Yuria for a bit. Alright. I should give the youth some time alone together after all. I'll go to bed first then. Ezra nodded lightly at me. Good night, Detective. A trip you won't ever come back from, huh? I wonder. What are you searching for? It seems like she has some kind of idea. I mean, she must, right? Otherwise she won't be able to say, like, she definitely won't come back from it. So she must have some idea of what she's talking about. Oh, I see Vespa's coming around. I was wondering when Vespa's gonna come into it, and I can see just in the chapter title that Vespa's coming our way. Another sippy sip. Alright. The midday sun was shining overhead and over bed when I woke up. I'd slept for a while, hadn't I? I barely managed to get up and unwind the bandages around my body. It seems most of my injuries had healed overnight thanks to the HP tablet I took. The first thing I saw as I opened the door and to leave the room was Ezra having lunch at the table. Detective! Did you have a good rest? Ezra cheerfully greets me from her seat. She was back to her usual, lively self, having shaken off all the fatigue and gloom that was weighing her down yesterday. Yeah. Is your body alright? Yep! I'm totally peppy now. What'd you like for lunch, detective? I don't feel like eating. My pipe made its way into its usual position, and I head to the terrace. There's quite a few things that I need to look into. Ezra, is Yuria in her room? Mm-hmm. She said she's gonna inspect the black box we brought from Taeyong Pros Co. I did like her tendency to take the initiative. Enjoy your lunch, Ezra. Okay. Leaving Ezra with her meal, I head for Yuria's room. Loud noises were coming from the door. I knocked on Yuria's door. Yuria, mind if I come in? Nope. Be my guest. When I opened the door, a familiar stairway met my eyes. It's the same set of stairs I took when I first visited Yuria Atelier. What is this, man? What is it? The room I gave to Yuria didn't have any stairs, nor did it have space for them. It was structurally impossible for stairs to be there. Perhaps this is one of the effects of cyclement, as Yuria calls it. As I walked down the stairs, thankfully with no bears aggressively jumping me this time. The corridor is decorated with ribbons that vividly show off Yuria's taste. I wonder if she adorned it herself or ordered her teddy bears to do the job. I reached a hall at the end of the corridor. The space feels smaller than last time. It's rather compact even. 8 teddy bears stood around the workbench, busily engaging in craft work as sparks flew off. Here, here, detective. One of the teddy bears turned around to greet me. I don't remember giving you permission to modify the office building at your will. I still have many more months of rent to pay for the leased space. Don't worry, Detective Moses. I can revert at any time. You mean to tell me this space is part of your cyclement? Yes, it's my own atelier. I can freely control the teddy bears according to my will here. So, did you find a way to go back to your original body? No. Up, spat. No, leave it. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? My goodness. Come here. Come here. I'll give kisses. I'll give cuddles. I'll give scritches. Just don't bite Papa's things. My goodness. My goodness. Yeah, Papa, I have a board. Yeah, huh? Yeah, are you bored? Pat needs something to do? Yeah, Papa, I need things to do. I'm a spot, and I require attention, I require playtimes, and I'm not getting the proper amount. Your playtime quotient is inefficient. Oops, sorry. Sorry, Spat. That was me being clumsy, I'm sorry. My goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry. I pinch it. Don't pinch me, Papa. I know, I'm sorry. It was an accident. Papa's clumsy. Oh, my goodness. Peekaboo, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, Papa's clumsy. Or was I? No. It seems to be sealed tight. There's still too little we know about the cyclement. Finding a way back to my old body is one of the things we'll just have to figure out. Yuria casually spoke as if it didn't matter too much to her. What will happen if something goes wrong with your original body? If my vital function ceased and my brain stopped, I would probably die. The speculation is that the cyclement requires the user's mind to exist for it to work. The fact that I've not seen Yuria in Limbus Company yet is foreboding as I read this sentence, quite honestly. Uh-oh. But it's not like I can try crushing my own body to test this hypothesis. Got it! I'll grab the hammer! How do you handle having meals with that body? I should be alright as long as my body out there is put on the life support machine. The saber can move just fine without eating anything. It's my brain that requires nutrition, rather. Yuri shook her head. I'm more concerned about this black box. I've never seen this type of material. A person from Taeyong Pro's Code mentioned L-Corp. I'm thinking it might have something to do with its singularity. Are you implying that a wing's singularity has been leaked? Well, it collapsed anyway. Remnants of a singularity. There have been a few cases of a singularity coming off patent after the wing holding it breaks. I mean, that makes sense when you think about it. I know there have been some cases of like syndicates getting a hold of a singularity after a wing collapse and such and such and such and such. So, hearing that does not necessarily surprise me. Blah, blah, blah. Or someone could have scavenged it off of one of the sealed branches. Or go all the way to the headquarters, perhaps. Yuria, I'm more interested in learning about the functions and working principles of that box. I can tell you what it does. This box sucks in people's psyche, or their distortions, to be exact. Is it some kind of cyclement? Basically, from what I've seen at least, it could be a cyclement belonging to somebody, or one formed from artificially created minds and emotions. Creating minds and emotions. An action that is considered taboo. It is? I guess it would be, now I think about it. I mean, it's not artificial human stuff. Big no-no in the city, can't have that. Can't have shit in Detroit. Right. We'll ultimately have to learn more about the distortion and what you call cyclement. Yuria naturally climbed on my shoulder. That's why you're going on a long trip, right? Speaking of, what should we do with your body when we leave? That's an issue I'm still pondering over. I've been tinkering with a few ideas, but for now, we should focus on chasing the distortion. We already have a few requests waiting to be read. Yuri held her arm to point at the exit. This tiny teddy is growing more brazen with each passing day. Sure, let's have a look. I left the room to find a visitor in our office. The atmosphere was ominous. Ezra sitting on the sofa and facing a guest, looking as anxious as she can be. I can see his back from here. A bright yellow jacket embroidered with a black hornet. Ah, yep, here we go. Here's Vespa. Once again, why is he known as the Yellow Spear and not the Yellow Jacket? I mean, honestly, that's that is a goalpost that's like 15 miles wide and 3 feet from you to kick, and you still missed it. A couple of weapons lay next to him. Having the gall to wear such a blindly obtrusive color means that he has much confidence in his skills. Is a member of a syndicate or a fixer. The guest noticed my presence and turned his head to look at me. Then a deep voice came from his mouth. A pleasure to meet you, Dr. Moses. Ezra, who is this person? He doesn't appear to be a client looking to give us a request, I adjusted the positioning of my pipe slightly. Detective, that's, this is... Ezra faltered. Or floundered, excuse me. Let me introduce myself. The man got up from his chair and turned to me, resuming his speech. I am Vespa Crabro. Fixer working under direct command of N-Corp and the Taboo Hunter. Taboo. Damn it. This reminds me of this silly little bear, Yuria recorded us the first time we met. Now she was doing her best to act like a lifeless plushie on my shoulder. Yeah, I'll bet she is. She has never been more bear-like than she is right now. Like, nothing to see here, buddy. Everything is fine. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. I'm not sure if this song, hang on. I don't know if it's copyright or not, so I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna go ahead and not take that risk. Okay, thanks, pal. What was you saying? Oh yeah, she was just making sure, like, nothing to see here. I'm just a little teddy bear, and no non-humans here. That would be crazy. Yeah, absolutely not. Not at all. No, you're imagining things. It's fine. Also, my second time here about taboo hunters. I really only started, like, everyone was saying that Hong Lu was gonna be a taboo hunter. Like an encore of Taboo Hunter.
I've received reports that Moses' office should know a certain person who violated the taboo of District 14.
And who could that taboo-breaking idiot be? I asked, puffing away my pipe.
Yuria of Yuria Atelier. That's the name of the violator.
He answered, fiddling with the hilt of his sword wrapped in yellow cloth.
Have you seen her?
No.
Several people on the street have testified that they saw you enter Yuria Atelier.
Do you have concrete evidence? Oh, right. Recording footage was forbidden in District 14, wasn't it? Vespa closed his eyes for a moment. He seemed to be absorbed in thought. He soon opened his eyes and spoke to me.
Thank you for your cooperation. If you ever happen to witness Yuria, please mail me at this address.
He handed me his business card. I will, Mr. Vespa. Ezra, our guest is leaving. Okay, detective. Ezra rose from her sofa seat to open the office's door for our departing guests. As Vespa walked past me, he whispered into my ear.
That's quite a cute plush toy on your shoulder.
Why, thank you. Vespa stopped briefly at the entrance and gave us a nod before closing the door. Ezra, start packing up. Now. I calmly spoke. Yeah, so that's a taboo hunter, huh? Yep. Yep, name checks out. Oh, Yuria violated a taboo, huh? Uh-oh. Beginning to see seeing the lines drawn. Again, because I've not seen Yuri in Olympus Company, I'm assuming that she's either dead or missing, so, you know. Sucks to suck, nerd. Dip. An ordinary hotel in District 14. I checked in the most average room with 2 beds I could ask for. Ezra and I sat on the bed. Yuria's old body lay on the other, and next to me is Yuria in her plush doll body. Isn't it way too humid in here? My cunt's gonna get moldy. You sly teddy bear. Perhaps she knowingly broke the taboo as a means to keep us hostage. I'd bonk her on the head if it could hurt her. And how do you know it can't? We left our office to escape the taboo hunter's eyes. He most certainly noticed that we were holding something as soon as he met us. Those kind of fixers simply can't be avoided. Although, how come they immediately send a fixer that appears to be at least a grade 2 after us? Not common for a wing to dispatch a fixer under its command to deal with something as trivial as filming a fight in the back streets. Yuria, you happen to have a previous track record of breaking taboos. Well, Yuria, I guess it's the end of our relationship. Junior, it was fun while it lasted. Ladies, like it or not, we're all in the same boat already. Tell me why the two of us should risk our lives to protect you. Our own come before investigating distortions or psychoment. And that's what's chasing us right now is neither. We're not running a combat-oriented office. It's all for psychoment, of course. Ever watched the videos of you using the smoking pipe and the giant emerging from that black box countless times? That's how I could use many theoretical advancements in our research. What? Don't tell me. Glasses we wore there were actually... Detective! I never asked her to put any kind of recording function in the glasses. Ezra waved her hand and shook her head. That cheeky little bear. I put my hand to my forehead. You mean everything that happened in Taeyong Produce Cove that day was recorded? Yes! Until the disgusting river took my glasses off your faces, that is. Why didn't you tell me? I was scared you'd kick me out. You would have at least stopped me if you knew. But if I didn't make any record of psychometer the distortions, this research wouldn't go anywhere. That's why I was quiet about it. Yes, that's fine and all, but Yuria... I put a hand on the teddy bear's head and pet it. Remember, if you hide details that could put us in peril one more time, I'll part company with you for real. Understood, Detective Moses. Yes, that's a good girl. All right, Ezra, tell me your first impressions of Vespa. Ezra has a keen sense when it comes to combat. Since she enjoys fighting, she's excellent at discerning a strong opponent from a weak one. Can't beat him. Ezra declared that outright. Ezra is honest when she says she's no match for someone. That person reeked of blood. He's probably fought more battles than I can count. He might be stronger than Hee-Jun Sonbei, too. Which means he's definitely grade 2 or above. One who is an expert in murder at that. Detective Moses, can't you defeat him with your cyclement? Your smoking pipe could take down the gigantic skeleton the other day. This kid seems to be mistaking me with the red mist. Is that the fucking red mist? Sorry. Area. Confronting humans is a different issue. There's a fundamental contrast between the distortion filled with naught but murderous intent and a person trained in the art of killing. A person like Vespa, who has overcome numerous life and death situations, won't give me any time to breathe into my smoking pipe. He'd slice my arm off or break it away before I could take a single peep. Well, now unfortunate. What if Ezra Sonbei earned you some time just like the last time? Junior, I'm not sure I could stall that guy at all. Silence fills the room. Only the sound of the ventilator fan disturbs the stillness. If we can't beat the Hornet head on, we'll have to outsmart him. The best way would be to avoid having to fight him altogether. The first thing I can think of is fleeing District 14. Yuria suggests, crossing her arms. A simple idea, but sadly not foolproof. There's 2 weeks of time until we can take the warp train with the tickets we received. The taboo hunter could catch up with us easily if we just drove along the road. Detective! I got one! I got one! Ezra raises her hand and waves it. Go ahead. Maybe we should hire a super duper strong fixer to fight for us. Yeah, hopefully they'll buy us enough time to run. You have any personal connections with grade 1 or 2 fixers who specialize in combat, Ezra? No. I'm doubtful they'll take our request in the first place, even if there were any. Opposing a fixer who directly belongs to a wing essentially means opposing that wing. Detective! That means he'll stop bothering us once we meet up with Hee-Jun and Sonbei in District 11, right? It'll certainly be less trouble for us if we can pass the buck on him. We just need to hold out for 2 weeks. I need to find someone who can buy us that much time. Ezra, you have the most recent issue of the monthly Fixer Office catalog. Of course I do! Ezra rummaged through her pockets and handed over the paper book she found. I skimmed through the catalog densely packed with advertisements and promotional phrases for all sorts of offices, carefully scanning the section for combat-oriented ones. There's one useful-looking office that's not too far from here. Dogui Combat Office, a grade 2 office. Unaffiliated with any association. 17 members. Operates 24 hours a day, open year-round. Normally, it's extremely risky to use an office with no assurance from any association. It could be linked to dangerous syndicates. In times like these, it's a perfect pawn for us. They won't ask what's going on. All they ask for is money. Ezra, I'll go outside for a bit. Okie dokie. I'll get my gear. No. I want you to stay here and keep Yuri's body safe. But, Detective, it's dangerous to go alone. It's late evening, too. Don't worry, Ezra. You're very reliable to have around. Barbara, excuse me. And I'd love to take you with me if I could. I'm leaving you here so you can keep Yuria safe. I'm counting on you. Okay. Ezra answered, hanging her head. I'll be back as soon as I sign the contract. Yuria hopped on my shoulder, and I left the hotel room. An evening street lit by the setting sun. Acromatic. The storied people are on their way home from work, excuse me. Their heads turned downward. The scenery is the same as ever. People stroll the streets, bearing distortions that look similar to one another, but not quite the same. I reckon these scenes will forever remain this way. A crude signboard that reads Dogui Combat Office is hanging outside a 2-story building. The light on the sign was flickering, suggesting that it has endured many years. This building seems more dilapidated than our humble office. I took the stairs to the second floor. When I opened the door, I was greeted with the sound of a chime and a fusty stench. Fusty? Hang on, I gotta look at that word. That's not one I've heard before. That is not an adjective that's crossed my path. Fusty is an adjective describing something that is either stale, damp, musty smelling, or rigidly old-fashioned and outdated. Oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna pack that one away for a later date. I heard fusty. Alright. Guys, we got company. Followed by someone's loud voice, people in the office extinguished the cigarettes in their hands and started bustling about organizing the space. Here, please take a seat, ma'am. The person who appears to be a desk jobber led me to a seat. There's not a single room separated with walls in this office space that appears to be around 20 Pyong. Oh, for God's sake. Will you measure? I don't know these units of measurement. Yeah, I require cheeseburger units of measurement. Hang on. What is this? Just primarily used to measure the size of real estate apartments by land. So it's approximately 3.3 meters squared or 35.58 square feet. Got it. Okay. So 20 of those. Okay. Got it. Whoosh. I'm American. I don't understand these units of measurement. Yeah, just tell me they're like 27 16-wheelers wide or maybe 6 football fields. You know, these are units of measurement I can wrap my silly little American head around. Oh man, I just have to look up a lot of things today. The floor was a plain surface of gray cement, not covered in any flooring at all. I parked myself on the seat and took my smoking pipe out of my inner pocket of my coat. Is this really a grade 2 office? I'm willing to bet not, actually. Where do all their earnings go if none of that money is being spent on the office interior? Doesn't look like someone who'd usually come to a place like ours. Got someone you want to see dead? The man sitting on a sofa with a haughty posture talked to me, scratching his head. The sunglasses-wearing person seemed to be the boss of the office. I'm here to give you a request. Well, you do look like you're wealthy enough to afford our service, and you seem pretty old too. I wonder what's your business coming all the way to our office. Let me guess. You got a problem with inheriting your fortune to your kids or something? As the boss burst out laughing, the office crew laughed along. Talk about an utter lack of dignity. What do you think we are? Some kind of local shabby local office made out of hicks? Maybe it's your hell and high water. Say, let me have a look at your business card if you got one. I took my card out of my coat pocket and handed it to him. He briefly lifts the sunglasses to scan through my card. His 2 eye sockets are empty. A distortion. Not a severe one, though. Moses' office. Mysteries and Unsolved Cases. 7 Association Affiliate. Some weird shtick you're up to. He put a serious look on his face. He stared to the floor for a moment before looking back at me. Name's Zhang Lei. I'm the rep of this office. He gave me his business card. Zhang Lei. Representative of Dogui office. Grade 2 fixers written in rough handwriting on the note of his current status. Well, let's get straight to the point. What does a brainy office want with us? I want you to protect my office for 2 weeks. I'll pay you as much as you want. Made an enemy of someone, eh? Happens pretty often, don't it? The fixers in the office collectively nod. So, how many escorts do you want? Every fixer in your office. Must have made one huge fuss, haven't you? Once again, you'll get paid enough to compensate. Who are we facing? I remained silent. You smoke? I love smoking. Let's take a moment to talk alone on the rooftop. Smoking a cigarette, Zhang Lei looked up at the sky. A forest of buildings are surrounding the landscape. Night fell in the streets already. So, your job is to solve weird odd incidents? I nodded, smoking with my pipe.
You see, I have a kid. Problem is, she shut herself in the room and just won't leave.
You're giving me a request now?
People's gotta help each other out, man. Maybe it's just my thick head, but something beyond my comprehension is going on in my house. If you could solve this problem, I guarantee you'll have my whole office keeping you safe.
Can I get a discount on the request fee then?
Come on, aren't we doing you a huge favor by not asking who we're up against? Now you're just being greedy.
I laughed with him. Yeah, right. Ezra is a much better negotiator than I am. Can you offer an escort right now in that case? Location is room 1306 in the Business Hotel on Chili Street.
A few useful guys will be on their way to that address right away.
Good. I'll hear more about the strange happening in your house as we head to your home.
Well, that's a deal then, yeah?
I nodded and shook hands with Zhang Lei. Tobacco smoke billowed from the roof for a good while. Interesting. Another day, another distortion. Burp. I am so curious how we're gonna get from A to B. Because, like, again, because I played Limbus Company, I know that Vespa ends up joining up with Moses. So how do we get Vespa here, but we don't have Yuria? There's a lot of blanks in my world right now, and I am just so curious. Zhang Lei led the way to his house. It's not too uncommon for a child to lock themselves in a room these days. The cause must be trauma of some kind. This problem is highly likely to be related to the distortion in that case.
Besides, weird noises are coming from my daughter's room every night.
Maybe you should have some respect for a kid's privacy.
It's nothing of that sort, man. I've killed a whole lot of people in my life. I know the sounds of tearing flesh and breaking bones all too well. It's that gruesome and morbid noise. Something that shouldn't be heard from a kid's room. Seeping out along with my daughter's screams.
I am sure you have tried to forcefully open the door. Am I correct?
Sure I have. Whenever I grab the doorknob and try to break the whole door, it always pushes me away. The noise will get louder and more bruising the harder I try to open that door. I'm in a rough spot where I'm damned if I do it, damned if I don't.
That's interesting. Okay, well, I mean, you could have brought that up earlier, but here we are. How old is your child? And how long has it been since she locked herself in?
17. Been there for almost 8 months now.
8 months? My brother in Christ, calling the cavalry. What have you been doing? You just now think to ask someone for help? Forget the door. Get somebody with a wrecking ball and knock down that wall. What are we doing here, man? College entrance must be a concern as well. She's stuck in there instead of studying for it at school.
Well, you see, my daughter Faye is attending a virtual school. Never missed a class until now, and the grades are fine last I checked.
Virtual schooling. Students take lessons in a virtual space. It's a type of school preferred by parents who value the safety of their kids since they don't have to pass by potentially dangerous alleyways to get to school. And then shared by boarding schools. A parent like him who engages in violent work would especially pay more attention to their child's well-being. Yeah, it makes sense to me. I would sign up for that virtual class thing too, if it were my kid. Like, you know what? Yeah, you can just, you can have this. How about that? I just think it makes sense. You know, maybe I'm biased because I was a homeschool kid, but I'm just saying. You feel me? No? Is it just me? Okay, that's fine.
And there's one other thing my brain just can't understand.
What would that be?
Water's leaking through the door. I don't know if it's blood or seawater, but some kind of liquid is flowing out bit by bit.
What do you mean you don't know if it's blood or seawater? One is red, one is not. What are you on about, my guy? Like, no. I get how you might not be able to identify the liquid exactly, but blood and seawater are not the two combinations I would think of here. Like literally, one is red, one is clear. They can't be more different than that. Help me understand. I put my hand on my forehead with my pipe. Distortion has already materialized. That makes it a lot trickier to resolve. I'll have to see for myself how severe it is. Zhang Lei's house was located in the residential area of the back streets. It's one of the safest places outside of a nest. It's akin to a cage for chickens. I followed Zhang Lei into an elevator. The lift slowly rises, creaking and rattling. His house is on the 18th floor. As the elevator doors opened, lamps in the hallway detected our presence and flickered on. Zhang Lei took a key out from his pocket and to open the door to Unit 1807. The door opens with a sharp, grating sound. An unlit hall greets us. You live alone?
Everyone has their stories, ma'am.
Zhang Lei forced a bare laugh. A shrill shriek strikes my ears immediately afterwards. Zhang Lei let a sigh.
Yeah, that's the sound I was talking about.
Once again, my brother in Christ, you live with that every day. What have you been doing, my guy? Like, I'm trying so hard to understand this, man. It's just not working out. I don't get it. Your daughter's name was Faye, was it? I walked to the room where the scream came from. What I was faced with was a giant aquarium in red. The door had disappeared. The room was full of red wire, about to overflow. Colorful aquatic plants lined the interior, gleaming in the light shining from above as though there were a hole in the ceiling leading to the sky. The silhouette of something massive slowly drifting afar. What are we doing, Scott? Go on. There you go. My goodness.
Check this out. Red wire leaking from the door. Just like what I told you.
It seems Zhang Lei can't see what's in this room. That means the materialization is not yet complete. We're both in luck. This seems to be the case of phenomenon I'm an expert on.
Oh, that's so. I'll count on your help, Doc.
Zhang Lei bowed low to me. I have only one thing to ask of you. I need you to trust me no matter what I do from here on out. What's about to happen won't be anything normal. He nodded, standing before the room. I took a deep breath. This would get my mind as wet as a drowned rat. I held my smoking pipe in my mouth. This red wire is a manifestation of depression. I let out a white breath, which turned into a cloudy mist that shrouded me. I remember taking a similar request before. If I went into that room unprepared, I would drown in the melancholy of Faye. The white veil surrounding me protects me from such mental corrosion. Being soaked in someone's sadness is a dysphoric experience comparable to no other. I touched the barrier of wire. Faye, I'm going in. I took a step into the room. My ears submerged along with the rest of my body, cutting me off from all external sounds. The inside is closer to a lake than a sea. It's filled with fresh water, not seawater. The water isn't salty. The child's sadness isn't the briny, tear-jerking kind. You can talk now, Yuria. Yuria jumped out of my coat pocket. I put her on my shoulder. Ew! That was so suffocating! Because a taboo hunter is after us, I forbade Yuria from speaking on most occasions. Him or others could be eavesdropping on us at any moment. This space is quite similar to your workshop, isn't it? It certainly is. It's much bigger on the inside, too. There might be something guarding this place, like the muscle bears at my atelier. You don't have Ezra Sombe to protect you this time, so you'd better be careful. It's quite a long while since I worked on a case without Ezra's help, now that I think about it. If it weren't for her, I would be long dead before I could solve half of the cases I've dealt with. I'm guessing she got bored and fell asleep alone in the hotel room by now. This place is so eerie, yet beautiful. Yeah. We should practice extra caution with beautiful distortions. The sound of laughter echoes from somewhere. I exhale a red breath. The pipe assumed the form of a sharp, crimson blade. Detective, I just heard a sound coming from over there. Faint laughter underwater. Uriah pointed to the right. When the sound is heard in a mysterious place, should I approach the sound source or move away from it? It's a problem I still don't have a definite answer to, even after doing my job for so long. I'll just have to trust my intuition in the end. I walked toward where the sound was coming from. Uriah, is there anything you can do to assist me in that body? Afraid not. Bold-faced little plushie. How did we get back here again? This is on shuffle. I can't believe we got the same song twice in a row out of literally hundreds. That's wisdom luck for you. Anyway. You just cursed at me in your mind, didn't you? While I can't assist you directly, I can provide you with a bunch of prototypes I've bought. I try making ribbons for each color. If you have a function you'd like to use, just tell me. I'll tie up your pipe with the right ribbon. What kind of functions can I expect? Well, there's quite a diverse range of functions, and they most depend on your emotions, so I can't give you the details there. You just ask me for the feelings you need right away. I'll look forward to it. Ask for the feelings I want. I'm not sure if that's the right attitude for a technician to have. I mean, what do you want from her? Yeah, not exactly. You two are rushing into unknown territory here in more ways than one. Give her a break. And just be glad that she can give you something and you're not entirely helpless without Ezra here. Although, I mean, you are like 90% helpless, so, you know, go figure. Oh, it'll be fine, I'm sure. You know, what's the worst that can happen, right? Am I right? Yeah, I'm probably right. I'm sure it'll be fine. Nothing bad ever happens when Ezra isn't here. I've certainly never seen anything bad happen. How do you usually solve cases like this, Detective Moses? I should figure out the cause. After all, there is a reason for everything. I trace along the clues one by one, such as why this room is full of water, why the color is red, why it isn't salt water, so I can identify as a root, what's at the root of the distortion. Does this count as a severe case of distortion? Maybe. Every person is different. Thus, every person's distortion is different. Therefore, I cannot begin to fathom the depth of the trench that is the human mind. Therefore, it is difficult to judge a distortion's nature hastily. I have to knock on their minds and confront them myself to find out, which is frankly an exceedingly tiring work. Repeating such thoughts, I kept walking forward before I finally reached the culprit behind the laughter. It's mermaids, as I expected. Oh boy. I mean, there's, there's mermaids generally, and then there's Project Moon mermaids, which are not great. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. What do you think, Spat? What do you think? My goodness. Hey, baby bird. Hi. You made a little Spat, little baby bird. You see, it's okay. Everything is okay. Yeah, you can have that. Yeah, of course you can. You can go sleep. It's okay. He's like, he's like on my shoulder, fighting off, trying to fall asleep. Like, I'm not sleepy, Papa. Yes, of course. Of course you're not. Of course, you're a big tough bird. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Batty's big tough bird. Yeah, it's okay. It's all alright. Everything is okay. And I stay right here. Yes, I will. Papa stays. I'm not gonna go anywhere, I promise. And everything is okay. Anyway, alright, chapter 18, here we go. They're mermaids with the body of koi, faces of humans on the bodies of colored carp. Their long hair flares. I'm assuming these are the mermaids speaking. Project Moon, please, just let me know who's speaking. It's my biggest gripe with their writing style. Just like, all I want to know is who's speaking. They sometimes treat it like it's one of their own cutscenes in a game, but unlike the game, I can't tell who's speaking here. Give me a break. That big dumb fish was singing again. Like she can't take the hint at all. Don't you think it's lame how she writes cringy lyrics to sing with that voice? I would have been a much better singer if I was born that size. Don't you think so too? Three mermaids are sitting around, loudly chatting with each other. Their eye sockets are empty, just like Zhang Lei's. Perhaps there's a linkage to be found between them. That's interesting. I do declare. What do you think, Spat? Is there? Or are they just imagining things? The three merfolk appeared to be communicating with their voices alone, unable to see each other. One of the striking features of the merfolk is the power in their voice. Every mer person I've seen in my job possesses an ability related to voice, one type or another. And the ability of these merfolk here seems rather straightforward. The words they loudly chatter become red thorns as they escape their mouths. The thorns are then shot towards somewhere. Sometime later, a sound could be heard from a distance. Mind if I join in on your conversation? Someone is singing out there, I reckon? Who are you? Excuse me, but we weren't talking to you. Jeez, what's a stranger doing listening in on us? You were talking and laughing so loudly we couldn't help but hear it. Crossing her arms, Yuria rebelled. It was Yuria talking. Okay, well, once again, I would have really liked to have known that I would change the voice up, but here we are. It's still a rude thing to eavesdrop on others. We're just talking by ourselves. Mind your own business. Sheesh, what a scary world. We can't even talk in peace. I apologize. We didn't intend to overhear it. Please understand that our ears had no choice other than to pick up the sound traveling through the water. We need to know what's going on in this place. Yuria added. Did you come from above? One of the mermaids asks. We did come from outside, although we weren't from above. I had a feeling you weren't from around here. Here's a word of advice. There's a few rules you should follow over here. And what would those be? First off, you gotta pluck your eyes out. That's right, we don't see, we only hear and talk. Seeing is the most dangerous thing you can do here. Oh boy, is that right? Well, bad news because, we're gonna be doing a lot of seeing around here because we like our eyes. So, thanks for that, but I'll keep my eyes. Thanks, pal. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate this conversation, but not having it. This place looks rather beautiful, though? Yuria asks. That's precisely why. It's so dazzling and beautiful, it could kill you. So we gouged each other's eyes out. Rather extreme response. How many mermaids like you are here? Dunno? Think I've heard the voice of about 100 of them today? There's a bunch of them surviving out there. Surviving from what, exactly? From that huge monster, obviously. What else could it be? Oh, yes, obviously should have guessed. Anyway, we let you hear too much of our voices. You know nothing is free in this world, right? What do you want us to yield? I wouldn't mind compensating you for the things you told me. Your voice. Share your voices to us. You said this is your first time here, so we'll be conscientious and only take a small portions from you two. You won't be unable to speak. But Detective Moses, they're starting to freak me out. Yuri hid behind me. I paused for a moment to think. I want to follow the rules for a while. You can take my voice, including this kid's share. Detective Moses! Yuria, trust me. Well, fine. The three mermaids took turns to kiss me. Each time their lips touched mine, it felt as though something was being pulled from my throat. Hey, I didn't expect your voice to taste this good. They say a voice gains a savory taste as it ages. That's so true! The mermaids babbled on, with much livelier, louder voices. Ah. My voice only has half as much volume as before. It feels rather raspy as well. Detective Moses, are you alright? Yuria worriedly asked. Yeah. Let me tell you one more thing. Better not speak too much here. Not all mermaids will take voices gently like we do. You only have so much voice to spare. Then again, our existence would be pointless if we didn't talk, no? That's why we talk non-stop and look for more voices. Where can we find the giant fish you were talking about? It's wherever screams are coming from, and the place that shines so brightly, it's headache-inducing. She's got a stupidly massive voice pocket. Just never runs out no matter how much she sings. Once again, red words spewed from her mouth becomes foreign words that fly somewhere. Moments later, a scream is heard. Thank you. Leaving behind the mermaids, I head for the direction where the screams came from. They still noisily chatter as if they want to be heard by others. The large monster they mentioned, the source of the screams must be Faye. It would appear that Faye's own Distortion is attacking her. Furia, is it possible for your teddy bears to attack you? Sure, it's possible. There's no way I'd make such an order, though. I control the teddy bears like they're my hands and feet. You slap your own cheek if you bother to. You see what I mean? This could possibly be a form of self-harm. 17 years old, a student. Virtual school, red water, aquarium, freshwater, carp, mermaids, song, voice, thorns, self-harm. I slowly enumerate the clues and make possible connections. Discord with someone at school? Delicacy of a child at puberty? Desire for a beautiful voice? Urge to sing? Self-loathing? Attempted removal of oneself from the life equation? Severed relationships? There's still so much leeway for guessing. But this pool of red water was created from someone's blood. Bled from a wounded heart, most likely. Stagnant water means melancholy. The gloom is typically distorted in the form of water. Sadness full of sorrow manifests as seawater, usually with a deep blue hue. The subject often burrows deep into their own heart, selling the ocean depths. On the other hand, blood red water is a disruptive kind. This place could be compared to an aquarium or a shallow pond. A body of stagnant water glowing in bright powder pink that is neither dark nor deep. An aquarium of depression, where the destructive impulse subtly rests. Repeating such thoughts in my mind, I slowly walk towards the epicenter of the sounds. Whenever the screams pause, I spoke with blind mermaids passing by. With every mermaid talking about screams, I gain more information about where the source is located. As I get closer to the sounds, more red thorns quickly fly past me. I turn around to deflect the ones flying directly towards me with my sword as I advance. Not long after, I encountered a giant carp emitting a bright pink glow. I let a sigh of relief. Find the host of a distortion, the expansive space itself is created. Oh my god. Finding the host of a distortion, the expansive space it has created is half the battle won. Oh, so this must be light then. The carp radiated such a brilliant light. It was akin to a gemstone. Myriads of red thorns are lodged in its body. The colossal carp lets out painful screams. Blood is gushing out from the wounds. The carp sings, crying. A dreadful distortion created by herself. Dead mermaids litter the floor below the carp. Mermaids who still have eyes are lured by the light. When the mermaids approach the carp, long arms emerge from the mouth and pull her in for a kiss. Those hands then gouge the mermaid's eyes out, bleeding from the emptied eye sockets. The mermaid writhes and sinks to the bottom, unable to scream. Yuri and I were watching that scene with bated breath. All of a sudden, a red thorn grazed past my cheek and nailed itself in the carp. The white veil enfolding us pops. We're slowly doused in the red misery. Without a shroud to protect the mind, the carp's reddish light directly enters my eyes. My mind is slipping in. I try blocking the light with my palm. Yuria, hand me a ribbon with the feeling of enveloping something. Purple would be good. I can hardly speak at this point. My voice is so small and coarse. Here! I wrap Uri's ribbon around the smoking pipe and I exhale a deep, violet breath. Dark smoke billowed from the pipe and surrounded the carp, holding it in place and restraining the light it emitted. I approached the carp and removed the thorns stuck in its body one by one. The carp shrilled each time a thorn was pulled out. Piercing shrieks invoked visions of Faye's past in my head. You just wanted to sing. I pull out a thorn. You were always alone at home. I pull out a thorn. You became friends with fellow students who enjoyed your songs. I pull out a thorn. You were happy that your friends would listen to the songs you wrote. I pull out a thorn. But those friends changed as time passed. I pull out a thorn. Your friends only liked you for your pretty voice. I pull out a thorn. They were only interested in your voice, not the songs you made. I pull out a thorn. You began to think that your friends were jealous of you for that reason. You thought you were being hated. I pull out a thorn. You were upset. You started hating your friends. I pull out a thorn. That's why, Faye, you pushed away your friends one-sidedly. I pull out a thorn. You became all alone. I pull out a thorn. Faye, the mermaids are inflicting pain upon you are illusions you created. I pull out a thorn. Is this, crap, this might be Moses talking. I thought it was just like a word she was hearing as she was pulling out the thorn. I pull out a thorn. You create a space to feel hurt and vent your anger. I pull out a thorn. Maybe the malice your friends bear is an illusion as well. You'll never know until you have the heart to heart with them. I pull out a thorn. Doubt and anger fostered by presumptions you make on your own will only harm you. I continue to pluck out the thorns. My ears are bleeding. My consciousness is barely holding up. She can be categorized as a type who experience rejection from others. They create a space for themselves and swallow their anger inside it. Without a vent to dissipate the rage, the emotion will eat away at them. The last remaining thorn is pulled out. You'll face many hardships similar to this one in the future. Please don't hurt yourself because of that. We need to have the courage to check the true feelings of others and ourselves. The process will surely be uncomfortable and painful, just like now. Feel free to contact me whenever you feel troubled with it. We'll ponder on the matter together. Bloody water poured out of Faye's room. Faye and I were swept along by the flood and landed in the living room. Zhang Lei rushed to Faye and hugged her. That's another case solved. There's a few scales left on Faye's face, but this is a good enough outcome.
Doc, I don't know how to express my thanks to you.
Zhang Lei kept bowing to me to show his gratitude. Pay more attention to your child. I know your job keeps you busy, but you neglect her too much.
Yeah. Oh, I really should. Thanks again, Doc.
Someone bangs at the door. It's 2 in the morning right now. I have a bad feeling about this. Zhang Lei pulled a padao from his dimensional glove.
Doc, stay here a moment.
He headed to the entrance. I carried Faye on my back and returned to her room. The front door was knocked out of frame and flown into the house with a loud noise.
Is a person named Moses here?
Vespa Crabro. That's his voice.
Well, who are you?
Zhang Lei asked back in an intimidating voice.
Vespa Crabro, Associate Fixer of Encorp and a Taboo Hunter. Please spare me a moment. I have business to handle here. Let me guess. Someone broke a taboo. Correct.
Click, clack. Vespa's shoes oddly sound on the flooring.
Hey, why don't you take your shoes off at least?
Click, clack. I can hear him open each door of the house.
You ain't listening for shit, huh?
Vespa was almost at the door of the Faye's room.
The floor is soaked with water. Or is this blood? Doc, run!
A yellow blade flashed before my eyes. Zhang Lei's podao blocked Vespa's sword. A sharp noise echoed through the house.
Zhang Lei of Dogui's office. I've heard a report on you in the past.
Well, ain't that an honor? Dr. Moses, please take good care of my daughter. I gave him a nod. Vespa adjusted his glasses and scowled at me. The sounds of swords clashing against each other blared from the house for a while. Noises of furniture breaking down. Clamor of tussles and rough shouts. I hurriedly went down the apartment, carrying Faye on my back. I couldn't afford to wait for an elevator, so we took the stairs. The noise of them fighting could still be faintly heard as I descended. We reached the ground floor. Something dropped from above with a heavy thud, causing the concrete floor around it to cave in. I laid Faye on the ground. A dark shape rose from the ground as it came under a streetlight. Vespa's yellow clothing was smeared with blood, and the blood wasn't his. He's holding something in his hand. He then tossed it at us. It's Zhang Lei's head. Damn. That's a shame. I placed my smoking pipe in my mouth and let out a pale blue breath, and red blood gushed out. Before I could finish breathing, my right arm fell to the ground along with my pipe. Vespa was already cleaning blood on the yellow blade of his sword. I couldn't even see it drive from the sheath. I've collected testimony from 50 people. This record is enough justification for me to execute you in District 14, Moses. He put the yellow Huando back in his sheath and slowly approached me. Any last words? Vespa spoke in a deep voice, adjusting his glasses. Well, this kicked off. Rest in peace, Zhang Wei. Oh, man. Rough. I'm more interested in hearing what you have to say. I'm also assuming that she could talk normally again, by the way. Do you want to take my life? Blood is flowing out of my severed right arm. All I can do at this point is run my mouth. Dr. Moses, I do not enjoy killing people. I don't wish to stain my body with blood that I don't need to see. So, what is it that you want? First and foremost, the important task. Retrieving the original footage that was recorded. Vespa shook his hand to check his watch for a moment, then resumed his speech. Second, moving you, Ezra, and Uriah, the three people who broke the taboo, to N-Corp. Apparently, Uriah was not the only one guilty of violating the taboo. You don't immediately kill those who break the taboo? How considerate. Well, that's how things are. But no one who's been sent to N-Corp for infringing the taboo has ever returned, to my knowledge. Vespa glared at me and then readjusted his glasses. Dr. Moses, make no mistake. I could decapitate you right now and store your head in a preservation cube. Then why aren't you doing so? Vespa has something he needs to coax out of me. Something he can get from me. Knowledge about the distortion? Doesn't make much sense for a taboo hunter to inquire about the distortion. Vespa's objective is to bring Ezra, Uriah, and I to his employer. He seems to have located me easily, and he might be aware of Ezra's location as well. Perhaps he already took care of her. However, However, he would have no need to hesitate if I were the only remaining target. Now I get it. Finding Ezra and I should be easy for him, but Uriah? Even if he found Ezra and Uriah in the hotel room we booked, he'd only have an unconscious body on his hands. It'd be difficult to imagine via common knowledge that her conscious mind has been transferred to a small teddy bear of all things. Not a replacement body or any conceivable alternative. And Vespa is pressed for time right now. If he had enough to spare, he would have severed my head like he threatened to just now and searched my brain for the relevant information. This shows he has no time to do even that. This gives me leeway for negotiation. He needs to know something that only a conscious Uriah knows. He's yet to find the original recordings. Only Uriah knows where they are. They'd be inside Uriah's workshop. In that case, I have time and information as my weapons. Looks like I'm the only conscious person who has a lead on the whereabouts of the original footage, and you're running short on time. Vespa furrowed his brow. It seems it's my turn again. What happened to Ezra? Fine, then. Let's show a bit of honesty to each other. After I answer your question, you'll answer mine in return. I'll take it. And you still haven't given me an answer for my last question. I lost Miss Ezra. She was a quick-witted one. I was quite relieved to hear the news. I still cannot fully trust him, however.
It's my turn, Dr. Moses. Do you know where the original copy of the footage you've recorded is located?
I know that the footage is in Yuri's atelier. At the same time, I don't know how to access her workshop. Yes, I know where the footage is. I don't know how to get there, though. Vespa raised his eyebrows. What did you do with Yuri's body?
It's in my car, and I haven't laid a finger on it. I answered your question, so let me ask mine. Can you figure out how to access the location where the footage is?
I can figure it out. I can simply ask Yuri about it, even if I had no way of knowing. This is a question I'm obligated to answer with a yes. If it's otherwise, my usefulness will expire to him. Vespa believes what I'm saying. This question is one asked by someone expecting to hear a truthful statement for every question. He's more honest than he seems. I've gained all the information I need from him. Vespa is likely to be telling the truth. That means Ezra is alive. Yuri's body is fine as well. All I can do next is have faith in Ezra. I can. What happens to us once we follow you to Encore?
I'm afraid I don't know that. All I do is hunt down those who violate the taboo and send them to Encore.
Vespa looked at his watch again.
All right. I believe we can now make a deal. As you have pointed out, I have little time to spare. I'll only take you along with the original footage, Dr. Moses. I will forfeit the hunt for Ezra and Yuria as of now. I would advise against attempting to bargain for more, for your information.
Fine. Yuria, open the atelier for him. Yuria scorned out of my coat. Are we serious? How? There's 362 songs on the playlist. How have we gotten that one 3 times? Stop that. Jesus, you're on shuffle. Literally, what are the odds? Ah, dear God. This is a typical Rizwan luck in action. I mean, literally how? It shouldn't be statistically possible for that to happen so soon. Give me a break. Oh, Lordy, help me. Oh well, that's that, and this is it, and this is this, and all that, blah, blah, blah. Grumble, grumble, bear, bitter. Anyway. Detective Moses? I told you. You should trust me. Alright. A door is needed to get to my atelier. We could use one in Mr. Zhang's house. Can you make some time to go back up the apartment?
If we must. We'll go up as you ask. Your arm and the smoking pipe will be in my possession. You'll have to come with me anyway.
After I nodded, Vespa came to my side. He took out his stasis preservation cube from his inner coat pocket and stored my right arm in it. Putting the cube back, Vespa covered my right shoulder with a dressing. He put Faye on the shoulder, who was still lying on the ground unconscious. He bent his knees to lower his position and stretched an arm out to us. Yuri and I watched Vespa's bizarre series of movements in silence.
We have no time to take an elevator. Come over here.
Do we really have to do this?
Dr. Moses, I cannot waste a second.
Disgusting. Vespa leapt to the 17th floor of the apartment with Faye and I in his embrace. He has tremendous muscular strength. He must have gained it for a multitude of augmentation procedures, and I assume he partakes in ceaseless physical training as well. We were back at Zhang Lei's house in an instant. All the furniture in the house is now severely damaged or broken. Blade cuts were vividly showing on the walls. I could guess how fierce the bow was despite its length.
I merely acted in self-defense while executing my duty. I hope you don't have any hard feelings towards me for killing an acquaintance of yours, Dr. Moses.
He's a dangerous kind. He switches his attitude in an instant and entices people into bringing their guard down with honeyed words, saying that he didn't do it because he wanted to. This man could have easily neutralized Zhang Lei without killing him. In that sense, Vesper is a pro when it comes to hunting down people. He knows when to apply psychological pressure on his targets and when to loosen them up. Every action of his is calculated. Vespa gently put Faye and I on the floor. Yuria, open the workshop. Yuria climbed out of my pocket and touched one of the closed doors. The door vibrated briefly. Done.
I want you to enter first.
Vespa said, adjusting his glasses. It had to be an unfamiliar sight for him, but he doesn't appear phased by it at all. I opened the door to the now familiar staircase to Yuri's atelier. I slowly walk down the stairs. Vespa follows us from behind, keeping a distance. After coming down the stairs, we're walking along the corridor leading to the hall. This is where the real battle starts. Yuria. The bears. Right as I whispered the words to Yuria, I rolled forward. All the bears in Yuria's atelier rushed out at once. Teddy bears armed with blades on their paws jumped at Vespa. There was a flash of yellow light. I mean, A for effort once again, but don't see this one particularly ending well either. Oh well, what can you do? Brace for impact. The hands of the bears dropped to the ground before they could even reach him. A large bear with an axe descends from the ceiling, aiming for Vespa. The bear is split in half before touching the ground, while Vespa's sword was busy cutting apart the bears. I desperately ran toward the exit. Numerous bears gang up on Vespa. Every single one of them is sliced up before they can touch him. Keeping Vespa occupied is good enough work for us, however. Yuria, you can't pop out an unlimited number of bears, can you? Of course I can't. I'm about to faint from dizziness. I'm squeezing my brain right now. Yuria struggled to speak, clinging to my shoulder.
Dr. Moses, I am disappointed.
Vespa's quiet mutter reached my ear. I arrived at the stairs leading up to the outside, and I told Vespa, you'll find the footage you're looking for at the end of that corridor. You'd best settle for retrieving that footage. Vespa is surrounded by a legion of teddy bears. It's physically improbable that he'll come for us immediately in that state. I'll just need to take a few more steps up the stairs.
I intend to keep my word. I am taking both you and the footage.
Light flashed for a split second. I fell down on my face with a groan. A spear penetrated my left thigh and nailed itself to the floor. This is a tool for hunting humans. It's a harpoon, not an ordinary spear. Damn it. The hornet was embroidered on his clothes for a reason. Vespa unhurriedly approached me, slicing up the bears around him. I tried to pull the harpoon out of my thigh, but it wouldn't budge. I don't have the strength to remove this. Yuria tries to help me, but to no avail. Falling on the stairway, I lifted my head. All I could do was climb up those stairs. Vespa was now right behind me. The exit seemed so far and faint now.
I suppose taking your head was a better idea after all.
Vespa adjusted his glasses.
This will not happen again.
So, this is how it ends. Hecto Pascal kick! 10 times the acceleration! Ezra landed her foot on Vespa's chest with incredible force. Vespa was flung away at a remarkable speed. Detective! Are you okay? Ezra was covered in injuries. Just look at me and tell me if this looks okay. Ezra Sombe! Junior! Yuria hopped excitedly. Ezra responded with a wide smile. She must have been so worried about Yuria because she couldn't protect her body from Vespa. But it's still too early to be relieved. Most foes would have been reduced to pieces of flesh and bone the moment they came into contact with Ezra's flying kick coming down from the height of a long staircase at full force. However, Vespa was only knocked away by its impact. That monster of a man. Ezra, please get rid of this thing stuck in my thigh. Okay, detective! Hold still for a bit! I gripped my teeth. The harpoon was removed from the ground once Ezra gave us some force. Detective, can you get up on your own? Ezra has no time to help me up. She has to face Vespa, who will come back for us in no time. Sombe, I'll help Detective up with my bears. Okay, I'll leave it up to you, Junior. Small teddy bears appeared and lifted me. They're probably manifested from the last of Yuria's mental strength that she could squeeze out. The bears carry us and speedily climb up the staircase. Ezra, follow us right away! With a blast of sound, a yellow light sparkles from the end of the corridor and dashes towards us. In the fraction of a second, Ezra caught the yellow blade between her palms with a clapping motion.
Excellent.
Vespa remarks, shaking his rumpled hair with a vacant right hand. Detective! You should go first! Ezra shouted. Ezra! Get up here as soon as you see a chance! I shouted back. Don't think I can do that. Sorry. Ezra answered. Oh boy, how is this one gonna work out? Man. So I'm assuming Vespa already has that relic. I wasn't sure if it was something that we would see him get in like the course of his story, or if it was something that like he always had, at least from our perspective, always had. You know what I mean? So I guess again my answer, he already has it. What do you think, Spat? What does Spat think? Thank goodness. Alright. Last chapter coming up for today. I think there's like 47 or yeah, well, sort of. There's 42 chapters total, but we're gonna stop at chapter we're gonna finish off with chapter 20. Of course, not gonna leave it on that kind of cliffhanger. Hell no. We gotta find out what's gonna happen. Spat, are you ready? And of course he is. Alright. We already know that both Ezra and Vespa make it through this because, you know, they're both in Limbus Company. Yuri is the only, the only variable here. What's gonna happen with her? I guess we'll find out now, won't we? Because I think I might win if things go well. The edge of the sword in Vespa's left hand is facing toward Ezra, and she's desperately keeping the blade from getting closer to her. Vespa strikes Ezra's ribs with his unoccupied right hand. Boom. A noise echoes. The blow sends Ezra flying to the wall. She then rebounds to deliver a kick to Vespa's head. Vespa's glasses are knocked off his face. He stumbled for a moment, but he soon regained balance. Ezra wipes the blood from her mouth. You're talented in combat. A yellow light flash. But you do not have the talent of killing people. Blood spilled from Ezra's chest. She took out the Nestor Workshop hammer and swung it downward, only to land on thin air. Damn it. If only I had my smoking pipe, I could have leveraged the situation in her favor somehow. I was halfway up the stairs. There's absolutely nothing I could do other than helplessly watch Ezra. Somebody! Remember what we talked about the other day? Ezra shouted, Yuria shouted urgently. I know, Junior! Come to think of it, the mask I always used to cover Ezra's face wasn't there this time. A yellow light flashed once again. The flashing light left a trail across Ezra's waist. Sparks flew up with an ear-splitting screech of metal. Ezra's left waist is padded with an object akin to a sheet of steel. Augmented armor, is it? I must wonder why you haven't used it up until now. This is my first time using it, so... Flashes of yellow light sparkle from Vespa's left arm. A piece of armor blooms whenever a yellow light strikes. The blade leaves yellow trails as it slices through the armor, but it fails to leave a deep cut. Ezra shrugs off Vespa's attacks and swiftly closes in on him. That's my Ezra. Ezra's Psychoman is thoroughly protecting her. She drills a fist into Vespa's chest without hesitation. The sheer force of the punch produced a sound wave that resounded through the workshop. Vespa flinched with a cough. Ezra gives him no rest from the flurry of her fists. Vespa is steadily being pushed into the corner, coughing up blood. This battle is under Ezra's control now. She gives her opponent no room to brandish their sword. Ezra knows well how to fight someone armed with a blade weapon, but Vespa is just as persistent. He won't fall down or let go of this blade, even though his face is already covered in blood. He won't lose his balance. Despite seeing Ezra completely dominate the fight, I can't be at ease. I must reassess you. Vespa mutters something. Ezra ignores his mumbling and continues to throw punches and kicks at him. Groin, left chest, laryngeal prominence, right waist, left calf, solar plexus, left cheek, solar plexus, groin, rib, left thigh, groin again, left waist. Ezra's fists strike every known weakness of the human body that could be fatal. Vespa groans, but he does not collapse. Yuri and I reach the top of the stairs and escape the atelier. Outside the door, we watch Ezra's fight with bated breath. Zing! A sharp, high-pitched sound was heard. Vespa is holding a harpoon in his right hand. The harpoon was lying on the floor beside Ezra mere moments ago, and there was a hole in the armor covering Ezra's left shoulder. Blood leaks from the injured shoulder, yet Ezra does not step back. She continues to pummel Vespa with her right hand. Vespa held the harpoon short and stabbed it into Ezra. Ezra took quick steps to dodge to the side, but she couldn't outspeed the thrust. The harpoon penetrated deep into Ezra's side. Nevertheless, Ezra moves forward and wrapped her right arm around Vespa's. That is the sound of bones breaking. Ezra broke Vespa's arm and snapped it. Clink! The harpoon tumbles to the floor. However, Vespa's eyes have not gone lifeless. He stares into Ezra without blinking even once. Those eyes are dangerous. Ezra cannot finish this fight. She will die if this goes on. The fight needs to end right this instant. Ezra! Get up here now! I shouted at Ezra at the top of my lungs. She instantly backed off, kicking Vespa in the chest. Yes, detective! Ezra rapidly sprints up the stairs. Vespa has his gaze fixed on her. Yuria! Seal the workshop! I yelled, ready to shut the door. The harpoon is lifted in front of his eyes. Ezra climbed the staircase in a matter of seconds. She's only one step away. A yellow light flashed before my eyes. It can't be anything other than his harpoon, coming at full speed towards Ezra and towards me. Believing in Ezra, I slammed the door shut with all my strength. Cling! The vibration sent a tremor through the building for a while. I am fortunately alive. The harpoon couldn't break through the atelier's door. And Ezra... Detective! What will we do with your arm and leg? Does it hurt bad? She checked on me first, even though she was badly injured herself. We all survived the hunter. I heaved a sigh. Looking around the living room, I was greeted by the fixer of Dogway office who were still alive. And Faye was at the center of the room. There's many pieces that need picking up here. Yeah, you don't say. Yeah, about your dad and all that. Whoopsie doodle. Things happen. All right, well, that is Vespa. My word. One could say that is quite an entrance. Am I right? Oh my goodness, my golly, my gracious. And this just happened. A huge congratulations to our good crow buddy, Norvin Krayland, who just hit 100 followers on Twitch. Woo! Norvin, let's go! Yeah! That's my boy! Hell yeah! Hee. Oh, what is gonna happen from here? I do declare, I do wonder, my word. Oh, we will have to find out next time. Isn't that right, Spat? Yeah, that's right, yeah. I am so curious how this ragtag band eventually becomes friends, or at the very least, co-workers. Well, we'll just have to find out now, won't we? We still got a ways to go between here and there. But we're getting somewhere. But that is where we're going to stop it for today. Next time, we will cover chapters 21 through 30. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And tomorrow, we're going to be playing the roguelike mod for Library of Ruina, which will be really, really exciting. So definitely stay tuned for that. And also tomorrow happening is the grand finale to the Amazing Digital Circus. I got my ticket. I'm going to go watch that too. So can't wait to see how that's going to wrap up. Don't worry, I won't be telling you guys. I won't be spoiling it for you. You don't have to worry about it. Besides, my ticket, my showtime is until after the stream. So don't even worry about it. But anyway, like I said, that is going to do it for tonight. Let me check on Twitch and see if there is anybody streaming right now that I want to raid. Let's see here. I know Spat. Excuse me. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on there. Hey, everyone's watching the Summer Game Fest right now. I shouldn't be surprised. Let's see. Anyone playing some Limbus Company? There's quite a few people playing Limbus Company, as a matter of fact. Let's see here. Always give shouts to the smaller creators like me. Let's see, any VTubers though? Not really, no. Okay, that's fine. We don't have to rate somebody every single stream. So yeah, that is gonna do it for tonight, pigeons. I hope you all had a good time. I certainly did. The story's going places. I don't know where it's going, but it's certainly going somewhere. I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your Friday night. Have a good night, everybody.